practice has been really good. In fact, I made the comment to one of the other coaches, for whatever reason, defensively, we feel like it seems like we're freer. We're flying around, and the guys are kind of communicating better, and they're kind of going, talking before every drill. Let's do this, let's do that, and the things you're looking for all the time for a young defense that grows up, and it's like they really have a sense of urgency. They are very attentive in the meetings. They want to do really well, and I expect that, but I'm glad to see it too.
Why do you think that switch flipped?
I don't know, and maybe, I have no idea. The only thing is when you play a lot of real young guys and you go through a month of November, and you got to make every play perfect every time, and you've got to do everything right, and they're being coached on every little step that they take. That has to wear on a young guy, and until it becomes natural for him. When it becomes natural, like Frank, for example, he'll look over at me, and I'll just either say one word or something, and he'll know exactly what I mean. Where a guy like Chris Wormley, you got to say, no, you should have done this, and then he goes, okay, I got that now. And I think some of those young guys are starting to get that. Okay, I got it. And that's a good sign.
Is that kind of the general learning curve that you've seen with younger guys in previous seasons?
Yeah, it is. That's what usually happens with young guys. But when young guys are forced to be the older guys, sometimes you don't have that time, or you don't have that period where you can go, okay, come on in here, let's talk about this. It's got to be, hey, you got to play your best game today, boy. You better really play good. That kind of thing. And I think that's what they're feeling. They're starting to feel more like veterans. I think a lot of them. They're more comfortable.
Having so much time, is there a possibility that Lewis and Stribling can challenge Taylor and count us for those spots?
There are a number of young guys, and bowl practice is about getting guys to improve. You get 12 practices or 15 practices to improve, but at the same time, it's you have time now to take a young guy that has talent and really look at him. When you're getting ready for a game in 2 days, you got to, let's play the guy we think is going to be the best player and give him all the reps, where we've now been able to roll guys and really, really look at them. And I'll tell you, DeMonte, Jordan Lewis has made a couple really, really good plays. Jordan Lewis is one of the guys that you get that look in his eye like, I get it. I get it now. And instead of, what am I supposed to do on this? What am I supposed to do on that? And, I use Chris Wormley. I mean, he's a guy that, I've seen him really improve in the last week and a half. Willie Henry. A bunch of these kids. You can name every young kid that's getting a lot of reps. You can see that happening with them.
Brady commented on some of the defensive linemen, like the freshmen, that what have you seen out of them in this period? Have you gotten a chance to?
Well, like Tom Strobel is an example of a guy that's getting a lot of work. Henry Poggi has really showed some signs. His poor guy, he had like 2 months where he couldn't do anything, and then he hurt his shoulder after that, and all of a sudden now he's healthy, and the things we saw when we recruited him, you saw out here in the field. He made a couple plays the other day. He said, man, all this kid needs to do is get stronger. Maurice Hurst has really shown up in these practices. A guy like you go, wow, this guy can really move. And I think you're going to see some exciting things with him, if he keeps improving like that, gets stronger. Now it's about those kids, Henry and Maurice and Jordan, some of the guys you've just mentioned. It's all about the strength gains. It's all about that, because they're really going to be veterans now after going through all this. So now the next part of it is going to be the strength gains in the offseason.